Hello and welcome to Druid Plays Ark. Today we're going to be checking out one of the unofficial servers and see if it's any good for you guys to play. It's one of the only solo, quite popular unofficial servers. We're going to go over what mods it has, we're going to go over the rates and the different clusters that it has, because it has several different clusters. We're going to go over the pay-to-win aspect, what kind of loot boxes. We'll go through the website at a certain point. There will be timestamps in the description so you can go to the different certain parts. And there will be more on this series going through all of the different unofficial servers to see what best fits what you like about Ark. So let's get into it. Today we're going to be looking at EliteArk. Now this is the solo only cluster. This is one of the clusters, one of the only solo servers that are actually on the unofficial server list. And the rates for the server are 15 times. Now the mods that we have on this server is the PvP scoreboard to keep and see how many deaths and your kill death ratio and how many kills that you've got currently on the server. Custom dino levels, spawn blocker to block certain dinos from being spawned on a map. We've got the bot companion, that's just for a Discord app. You've got the EliteArk utilities, which allows you to search for sort of where people mesh their foundations into the wall. So if you've raided a base and you want to take over that spot, you'll be able to easily find which parts are meshed into the different surfaces and stuff, so you can find it, break it, and then you can build in that location. We've got the solo farm mod, which helps for the dinosaurs to be collecting resources by themselves. You got Archematic, which is sort of more of the end game type stuff, where it has the meat spoilers, the charcoal makers, etc, etc. You got Pelori's cryo storage, which has different levels of vanilla style cryo stuff depending on what server it's on. You got automated dino wipes. The dino wipe will happen every couple of hours, so new higher leveled spawns can happen, and it helps with the amount of babies that are born, so it really helps on the stability of the server. You got Super Spyglass Plus, Quality of Life Plus, EliteArk Customs, which is another one of the specific EliteArk mods, and we got Don't Work mod for security admin tools. It's got the AWP that's on there. AWP is quite an important thing that we'll talk about later on. We got the Resident Shop mod, where every so and so amount of time, you get 5 points, and those 5 points will build up and accumulate over time, and you can use them to buy dinosaurs on the actual shop that is in the game. But there is obviously some pay to win aspects to it, which we'll go over later on. And we got the community mod. Adds a durability UI, so when you got your armor on, it will actually come up, which we'll show you on the right hand side. I'll show you all of those sort of different aspects when we go through the actual server. So let's join on the server and we can go over what's actually in there. We'll go in the community and stuff. So let's go over what we currently have on the server. We'll talk about the rates first. I've been on this server 2 days now. I haven't played massive amount. As you can see, like in 2 days you'd normally have all your turrets and stuff set up, but I haven't been. I've been kind of keeping a low profile in one of the bear caves. But one of the important features that you have on this server itself is one of the AWP features. It gives you 3 days of PvE protection once you drop the AWP down. So the AWP is an item in the game that you build and you place it and you get offline raid protection. When you're offline, you take way less damage on your structures and your turrets do way more damage to the enemy. So it really helps in if you can't play as much and you can't play as long, and it's a lot higher settings on the solo servers because you'll be playing on a solo. So it's really quite a good one that's on there for us, especially when you don't have as much time to play as I do, as I used to. And we got the 15 times servers, and we got the 15 times collection, so you can see you're collecting quite a bit of stone as you're doing this. And we'll switch over to a pickaxe over here. And you can see you're collecting quite a bit. In the solo server, when you're running around solo, you don't have people running around just being able to collect stone for you. You don't have people running around just to be able to collect flint. You don't have people collecting metal, so you have to do it all of yourself. So having that slightly raised collection bonus really helps out. Now, one thing this server doesn't have is a way for you to get all engrams at once. So when you do level, and you level quite quickly, you're going to have to go through all of the engrams, like each individual one at a time. So what I normally do is just get to max level and go from the bottom up. So it unlocks most of the stuff, so you're doing a lot less clicking. And what the Archematic mod gives you is actually some of the ammunition crafters, the composite crafters. It automatically crafts those things once you put the desired resources inside of the actual bench themselves. You got the Archematic forge, which is a lot smaller than your normal forge. You've got the meat spoilers and you've got the charcoal makers, so you can just stick it in there. As you can see, the Archematic forge is much smaller than your average normal official one. And EliteArk has its own version of the fabricator, which is a little bit smaller than the original one, because that one is absolutely giant. So you can have smaller bases as a solo, because there'll be a lot more people hiding in smaller spots, not really taking over alpha areas, because it'll be too hard to keep and maintain as a solo player. So they do have that in there, so that's pretty decent. Right, let's have a look at the stat distribution. Now, you do have different levels of stats. So the stamina goes up by 20, for example. Health goes up by 10. Your weight goes up by about 450. so you can get it to a decent amount with the higher rates on the actual getting of materials and resources. Your damage goes up by 2.5%, the fortitude goes up by 20, and oxygen goes up by 250. Now I always add oxygen in there because I usually play underwater. That's kind of the way I do things on unofficial servers and on the official as well. I eventually end up underwater full time. It's just my preferred way to play. So let's check out the PvP scoreboard. This is one of the other mods that are on the server where you can see the level of the player's name, how many kills they've had, how many deaths they've had, and their kill death ratio. It adds a kind of Call of Duty aspect to the kind of the whole thing, and you can track who's killing who and who's aggressive and who's not aggressive. It kind of helps you see at a glance who the actual aggressive players are, so you can't get tricked and played, and because you can see that they've just killed someone and blah blah blah. So it's actually quite good on that front if you're less of a social player and trying to figure out who's nice, who's not nice, blah blah blah. But it is Ark, so there's not many of them. Right, let's talk about the shop. Now currently on the solo, the shop isn't working. As you can see, I've got the current points here at the top, and there's some packages here, and it will have a set price for each package. So you can get like metal tools, you can get blueprints, you can get different dinosaurs, and they'll be max level with a saddle that comes with them, etc, etc. So you have all of that stuff that normally comes up here, and you just click them, and then you'll click on the button over here that says to you that you purchased the package. It's not currently working on a solo one. I'm not sure why. It is working on the other clusters, the solo duo, it's a trio, the 6-man, the 4-man clusters. There's all different kinds of clusters for EliteArk. We'll be going over those in a different video because some of them have different mods and some of them have different rates on their servers, so depending on what size and what cluster you're on, there'll be different rates. So we'll go over some other videos with that in the future. But with the shop in mind, we'll go over to the EliteArk webpage. Now, as you can see, there are stuff to buy on here. So we'll talk about each of these individually so you can kind of see how bad it will be on the pay to win aspect. Now, it is okay. It's not the worst in the world. EliteArk's been going for a long time, and it has had this aspect into the game itself. But you can buy loot boxes, which give you blueprints, give you better weapons, dino saddles, etc, etc, and then you get things like sort of group packages where you get loot boxes, water dino loot box, farming dino loot box, VIP loot boxes, chance of flak BPs and element, farming dino spawn 100% imprinted, and they have water dinos that spawn 100% imprinted. They're random. All of this is kind of a gacha aspect, which is not great, at least for me, but the servers are pretty damn stable. You got the higher level one, which gives you 20 loot boxes, free dino, free farming. You got VIP loot boxes and blueprint, 100% guaranteed random blueprint. Again, another gacha system. And you got the large base package, which gives you a set of dinosaurs that you'd need to sort of start off: Parasaur Rex, Tapiara, Spiny Lizard, Ankylo, and Argy. You get 100 metal foundation, 150 metal walls, metal ceilings, metal ladders, the Archmatic Vault, Smithy Fabricate, Electric Generator, Gasoline, Archmatic Mega Forges, Auto Turret, Heavy Turrets, and 25,000 Assault Rifle bullets. Advanced Rifle bullets, sorry, I don't know why I said Assault Rifle then. But this is kind of like, it costs $35.99 to buy that large base package, but you could build that base in a single day on a 15-time server. Like, you can get all of that quite easily. Yes, you'd have to fight players, and yes, you'll take away time from being able to find the dinos that you want to find, etc., but it is completely doable. If I spent the entire 2 days that I did, I would have been able to get to that point, but because I didn't, I've just been like sort of messing around and trying out different unofficial servers. I have been a little bit slow on that front. Now, as you can see in the bottom right corner, let me just like sort of move this face around. Down here in the bottom right corner, you've got the timer. So this timer is how long you've got with PvE protection and offline raid protection when you're offline. So this one, you can't be attacked at all during this time. And then you've got the other one, which offline raid protection, which gives less damage on all of your structures and more damage from your turret. Now, as you can see over here on the right hand side, we got what I was talking about earlier with one of the mods, where it shows how much durability you have left on your armor. It will also show how much durability you have left on your pick when you're picking your pickup. So we'll pick the pickup here, and you'll see it on the right hand side, just above the home symbol. It's down to 36. Pick up the hatchet, it will show you it's 35. So that's 35 hits left around about, and you've got 39 for the pike, etc, etc. So let's talk about the community. The community on any of the unofficial servers is the same as most Ark servers. You got your bad players, you got your good players, you got your arseholes. It's literally just like any other Ark community. There'll be a lot of complaining, a lot of people getting on there as a new player on an unofficial server and getting wiped out by someone and then complain about it and everyone shit on them. That's pretty standard Ark ARK maneuvers, to be perfectly honest, but it is what it is. Now, do I think you should play it on the EliteArk servers for the solo only? If you're playing solo only, yes, it's the only cluster really that has any population for solo players, so it is really your only option, so it is the best option currently in Ark Survival Ascended. So I would go over and log in and try it out yourself. It has only just wiped a day ago as of the release of this video, so you can get in here and you can still be quite in the run-in for becoming the alpha solo player. So you should definitely come and check it out. Now, as this is the first video on the channel, if you did enjoy this content, please let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to like and sub if you do. I'm going to do more unofficial content. We're going to go and review all of the different servers so I can check it out for you, play it and see if it's something that could fit rather than you wasting your time doing it. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.